Hello everybody, my name is Steven Margateros, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Beta .9. I know, I am so pumped to be here. That's why I always use my really excited video introduction voice whenever I start a Kerbal Space Program video, because it's just such an amazing game. This episode, we are going to be going into the Beta 9 save. Yes, don't ask what this new save I created was. It's definitely not anything to make sure that I wasn't being stupid while playing the game. No, I'm actually lying. It was a save where I started to build planes with the Mark III parts, and then realized that I am one of the worst plane engineers on the face of the planet. So I probably won't be doing much plane stuff, you know, unless I actually get a good grip on what the heck I'm doing and try not to make my planes overly large. I'm pretty good at making a small plane, but once it gets a little bit, like, over Mark II, like 2.5 meter and higher, my plane building abilities, they just don't work anymore. So last episode, I believe we were in a little bit of a kerfuffle over getting our rocket to get into orbit. So I'm going to take a look at what we need to do to make this rocket get back into an orbit so I am not stuck on Kerbal and I can make a whole ton of money. What was it called? The Super Suborbiter? The Super Orbiter is probably what I was calling it, because any other name probably wouldn't be sufficient for a device of this kind. Okay, oh gosh, I'm having that swallowing thing again. It's probably because I was eating a whole bunch of chocolate before this episode. Not Doritos. This time, chocolate is what's bringing down Dodge them all. Okay, Super Orbiter. What did we do wrong with this one? I think it was the craft stats, which I was having a problem with, because I think it was weighing too much? Possibly. Or maybe it had too many parts? I think it weighed too much. Okay, so if we remove the scientific, I think this is what I was thinking about. If we remove the scientific instrumentation, and then we add another booster rocket, I'm probably not using that, and probably using the symmetry tab, because I don't trust myself not to use the symmetry tab. Oh no, darn, we're still going over mass. Huh, is there anything we could cut out? Not really, and that's the thing I'm having a problem with. I don't know what I could cut out. Maybe if we make this top one a solid booster as well instead of a liquid fuel. I know that sounds like a really bad... Well, then we couldn't get back down to the planet. That'd be a really big issue. What if we just add a smaller fuel tank? Instead of just removing our total functionality, we just add a much smaller fuel tank. Well, you know, it might work. Or we could use the other engine. Still 0.4 tons over. Let's see, this is, what's with these engines? Where's the mass? Where's the mass? Oh, it's 1.25, this is 0.5. So actually, theoretically, this should be our savior. This should be what we can use to get ourselves into an orbit. Now, if my Skype tab would get out of the way, there we go. Yes, we are within the parameters of the mission, which is a good thing. So we're gonna try this. I think this craft costs less than the other one, but that's probably a good thing, actually, because our crafts are going to start running to be pretty darn expensive. Look at him, man, that guy, the scientist guy, is just, like, walking right under this rocket like he doesn't even care. Look, we can probably put the... Look at that. Now, that's called scientific advancement right there, when you can put a rocket through a Kerbal and then he doesn't care. Ah! Okay, I'm getting a little bit distracted. So, let's save this as the Super Orbiter 2. Save it and go out to the... Well, let's make sure our staging is right before we go out to the launch pad. I love this new system. It's so amazing. And, you know, sorry if I haven't posted a new video to the series in a little bit. That's just me being considerably lazy over the holidays. It's like when the holiday season starts, you tell yourself that you are going to make a ton of videos and that, like, there's going to be a video every single day and there's going to be any problems. And then when you actually get around to vacation, you just kind of sit around Netflix. You kind of just watch Family Guy for like 7 hours on end. Totally ignore the homework that you've had for 2 weeks, and you know, sometimes don't even change out of your pajamas, and you know, and then you go to sleep at night and you're like, what happened? And you also stay up till like 5 in the morning, and then are kind of embarrassed to tell anybody. But that's like everyone's lives. You know, what have you guys done this winter vacation? I hope it's been something a little bit more productive than what I've been doing. Well, you know, I did get to meet a lot of people. I get to talk to a lot of important people. You know, friends, family. Stuff, fun. Okay, let me stop rambling on, and let's get a rocket off of the ground and burning into the atmosphere. That's what I'm talking about. There's any contracts? We're probably never going to be able to get any of those contracts. Well, we can always try, can't we? Yes, we can. Stay. Thank you, stay. I told it to stay. It stayed. Okay, Jebediah Kerman! Here we go! We're taking off! Let's see if we can do this, man. Me and you on a satellite together. Don't know where I'm going with that one, but, you know, just fun times, fun times. Okay, so we have to be going under 300 meters per second, but we have to be above 5.6 kilometers. Okay, this could potentially work. Okay, so we're about to be within the range. We're about to be within the range. We're about to be within the range. We're about to go out of the range. Go! Yes, I did it! Yes! I'm proud of myself. Okay. Okay, well, this mission's already accomplished something. If not what I wanted it to do, we have at least accomplished one of our contracts. Now, the other one is where the difficult part is, because getting into an orbit isn't exactly the simplest thing when you are constrained to, like, 15 tons of materials here. I would preferably want to use a lot more solid rocket boosters, but not exactly allowed to do that, which is slightly frustrating. Actually, I needed to get more horizontal velocity with this one, but I didn't, unfortunately. So yes, I don't know how long this fuel is actually going to last us. There's not a whole ton of it. No, there's not. But again, I don't want to fall out of the atmosphere. I don't want to fall into the planet. I need to be going around the planet in an orbit. Yes, see, orbiting is a very fun mechanic in real life, because that means you're moving around a gravitational body, like a big planet, and you are falling, but you're moving so fast that when you fall, you don't fall down, you fall around the planet, because the planet's round and circular. No, it's not. I don't think that's the right terminology there. I don't think I should use circular to describe the Earth. I think there's another object. Spherical! Spherical is the word I'm looking for. Spherical objects. Okay, we're gonna leave that there, and I'm just gonna eyeball the rest of it. I don't know how well this is gonna work, but if we do, then we've accomplished both of our mission objectives, which will be incredible. And Jebediah will be renowned as the best Kerbal ever! Probably not. He's a pretty good Kerbal, actually. A lot of people like him. He's pretty indestructible, pretty good at piloting things, pretty good at smiling most of the time, just looking happy, wearing his orange suit. You know, trying to tell himself that he's pretty boss, because he is decently boss. You know, I will admit to that. And so yeah, he's gonna get his way around this planet. He's gonna find an orbit, even if it takes him a little bit more tries than he'd like to do. You know, even if I've already recorded this video 8 times, and this has already been pre-recorded, so I know I'm going to get into orbit. That's what Jebediah would do. You know, he can only fail so many times. He's Jebediah Kerman. Do you know what that means to be Jebediah Kerman? Jebediah is like, he has so many expectations to live up to. He has to be the ultimate Kerman. Kerbal. What the heck am I talking about? Yes, excuse my very weird and, like, non-exaggerated English, and just the strange medieval way and I talk. Henceforth, now, thou, we tech forth. Come on! Orbit time! Jebediah, we're in an orbit, man! Look at how excited he is! He's like, yeah! I'm pretty pumped too. As that's pretty evident though by the amount of screaming I've been doing. Yes, before someone bursts into my room, I better calm down just a tad bit. You know, I haven't even been drinking any Mountain Dew today. Well, I did have those chocolates before I came in, so you know, whatever. Let's perform a crew report. Okay. Seems we are very much in space right now. The sky seems mostly below us. That's probably not a good thing. You probably are going to die. No, I'm just kidding, Jeb. You're probably going to die. So as far as energy is going. Oh gosh. I really need a drink of water. I'll have to go get myself one soon. As far as energy-wise and just orbit-wise, I think I'm going to do a complete orbit around the planet. And then we'll come back down, hopefully somewhere near the Space Hunter. I've got to figure out where the Space Center is. It's somewhere around here. Actually, that might be a little bit more difficult than I thought. I might have to do my de-entry burn right there. De-entry burn. That's very non-complicated terminology. I'm supposed to be using my Scott Manley terminology. I need to be talking about fancy angles of attack and, like, weird maneuvers and gravity assists and I just other things that he talks about. I don't know, just go watch his channel already. I don't know why you're watching here when you could be watching his series and actually learning something educational. Well, of course, here you're just you're learning to I don't know, learning to like me. I have no idea why you're here. Yeah, the best part of this YouTube channel is that we have a community which is based on the fact that I am a horrible person and I can't record videos for the life. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know why you guys stuck around. I have absolutely no. Maybe because you like ships. I think that's why you guys are here. You really like ships, don't you? Leave another comment below if you've already posted one about why you like ships. Yeah, so right now post comments about what you've done in your winter break and why you are subscribed. Very interesting topics. Sometimes I think I ask you guys way too much about the... Okay, anyway, back to the game. So distracted. I need to perform a slight deorbit. Slight deorbit is a little bit of a understatement. I need to perform a full deorbit. So that'll probably get us right down deorbited at 26,000 meters. Because if we didn't get out of that orbit, then we must be flying some sort of like massive aerodynamic plane, which gets insane amounts of lift compared to you know, falling. I don't know where I'm going with that one. Let's just watch this thing burn up in the atmosphere. Who doesn't like watching things explode? Everyone likes exploding things. I mean, Jebediah likes it when stuff explodes. Well, I mean, when it's not his craft, of course, that's exploding. But he likes it when, like, Bill or Bob's crafts explode. Or, like, you know, like Billy Bob or Scott Kerman. Making way too many Scott Manley references in this video. Really sorry. I shouldn't mention other famous person that can outcompete me in my videos. Because that'll distract you guys. So I'll push you away. See, I'm not failing because I'm just not good of a person. I'm failing because I just tell you guys to watch everybody else. But yeah, you know, a lot of credits due to Scott Manley stuff, because he's the one who actually taught me like how to play this game and not be a complete failure at it. And I will say that he is a very smart person as well. Even though he may work at Apple, which isn't the most impressive of things in my opinion. You know, well, I mean, there are some honest people at Apple, not Tim Crook. But yeah, I mean, I'll always be a Microsoft Google guy for life. I kind of like Android more than I like. I think Google is like on my tier of evil corporations. I'll put it that way. Google is at the top, and then it's Microsoft, and then it's Apple. But I don't really like Apple. But, I mean, they're better than, I don't know, say other corporations. Well, I mean, well, it depends on what I'm trying to describe here, because as far as, like, operating systems go, it is that order. But as far as, like actual technology, like hardware, like computer hardware, like monitors, like keyboards, I don't know, keyboards, not that many people are big into keyboards. I mean, Amazon makes keyboards. I'm literally using an $8 Amazon keyboard right in front of me. But, I mean, as far as, like, hardware goes, like, in computer hardware, ASUS is where I'm usually at. I usually buy ASUS products, or ASUS, depending on how you like to pronunciate your words. And so, I mean, it's just, you know, you kind of have different, kind of, like, oh man, I'm getting into a way more complicated topic than I thought I was. I think just everyone has their like favorite corporations when it comes to certain things, like fast food. I usually like going to Qdoba. Of course, none of you probably know what a Qdoba is, so I'll just say McDonald's or Subway for the simplicity. I'll usually go to that, and then, you know, Burger King if they're having like a sale or something, and then, I mean, kind of, is there any other big fast food chains besides those? Taco Bell. I do like Taco Bell a lot. It really just depends where you live, actually, and how close these darn places are to you. You know, as far as, I don't know, I mean, when you buy groceries, you usually go to Walmart. If you live in America, you probably usually go to Walmart. Or, apparently this place called Costco. I've never heard of it. Well, I mean, I have heard of it, but I've never been there. Very interesting place. You know, Pick and Save, Piggly Wiggly, you know, wherever corporations are running over. Yeah, I'm not trying to say any subliminal messages here about the corporations taking over the world. I'm just saying that usually we have preferences over our brands that we choose. I mean, when I buy crackers, I usually buy... I don't know, I don't buy crackers. I have no idea what I'm talking about here. I'll just stick with ASUS, Google, and Jebediah is coming down over the desert in a relatively fancy fashion. After he kind of looks annoyed, actually, after that entire discussion. But that's normal Jebediah. He's normally looking very annoyed at what I'm doing. Okay, this is going to be a very interesting landing. 2 meters per second. We're coming down, and engines activated. And, oh, look at that. Jeb landed on his engine. He's like, oh, yeah, screw you guys. Jeb, what you probably should do is actually roll the craft over, to be completely honest. Like, there you go. You should probably roll it over, and then if you did that, you know what you could do, Jeb, is you could get out, and, no pilots aboard and no operational SAS modules. You could take the data, and then you could store the data, and then you could take yourself an EVA report from out here, and keep that data, and, you know, board, and then get back out again, because you are being lazy, and you need to plant a flag, and take some samples. Okay. Well, can he plant? He can plant a flag, can't he? No, no flags yet? You can't even plant flags this early in the game? Oh, that's too bad. But yes, now we have a data sample from here. So yeah, that's fun. Come on, Jeb, get into your capsule. There we go. And let's recover the vessel. Okay, Jeb, what did we learn from this mission? That you are a very idiotic Kerbal, and that you are evil, and that... What else? What else? Come on. Load faster, game. Maybe we on a hard drive for a reason. There we go. 23 science earned. Let's see. Return from Kerbin orbit. Kerbin's deserts, flying over Kerbin's deserts as well in space near Kerbin. Huh, very interesting. Okay, then. Next parts. 70% value. We were pretty darn close to the space center. We were just like an ocean away. We got the most funds back from the command pod. Actually, no, the liquid fuel engine was what we got the most back on. That was pretty good. We recovered about, or we only lost about like 4,000 Kerbal bucks in that mission. And Jebediah Kerman gained 1 XP, advanced to level 1 because he's a super Kerbal. Yes, he is a super Kerbal indeed. So now we have no ongoing contracts because we were able to complete them all. Man, don't I just feel incredible today. Now, what scientific advancements do we want to get ourselves? We could get wings. Oh, flight control. We could finally build ourselves a plane and probably crash and blow up. Or we could get science tech, which gives us batteries, science juniors, or construction. Strut connectors, radial decouplers, stability enhancers, and tri-couplers. Ooh. The thing is, though, is that if we get flight control, we don't actually have landing gear yet, because that comes a little bit further down the road. So, kind of pointless right now, at least in my opinion. General construction is useful for building large things, but you probably even want general rocketry before you do that, because we are actually, we kind of are just lagging behind on that. So let's get that right now. And, I mean, advanced rocketry is pretty darn useful. But we do want to upgrade the launch pad before we do anything drastic. So I'm just going to leave the science thing for now and take a look around. Yeah. What does our contracts want us to do next? Explore the moon. Yeah, because that's down not a jump. Go to orbit and then explore the moon. Yes. Very, of course, it does reward quite a hefty profit and give you quite a hefty advance as well. Test the LVT-45 liquid fuel engine on a suborbital trajectory around Kerbin. Okay, man, that sounds insanely complicated. So all you have to do is, doesn't sound too hard, actually. Activate the part through the staging sequence when all tests. You could probably turn the engine off and then turn it back on, actually. Huh, that'd be actually a good way to earn quite a few credits. I'll have to think about that one. Duration's like 380 days though, which for some reason is a little bit longer than a year. Not sure why. Let's see. Test these things in flight, and test that. Visual surveys of Kerbin. Yes, near Donkin's Expanse, because I know where that is. No, I have no idea where that is. So I guess we're gonna probably have to get ourselves a lunar mission. That sounds really complicated, but probably gonna have to do that. And I just guess I've never really thought about that. So let's take a look at what actually did the upgrades do. I didn't mean to go into the vehicle assembly building, but I think you right click. There we go. So it gives much more max parts, and it gives you basic action groups. So that'd be quite useful because it just gives you a lot more stuff. And keep not right clicking. There we go. Yeah, this is our current constraint here is the vessel size limit and the weight limit. But if we get that, if we upgrade that for 52,000 credits, because this one's just extortionate, we get access to a lot better stuff. You know. And what else does the if I go check out the astronaut complex, that's not where I went, actually. I went to the spaceplane hangar because I'm an idiot, and I thought that the spaceplane hangar, different retextured, kind of looked like the mission control area. Oh, look at that, man. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Orbit around Kerbal equals 2. Affects stability, assist, and prograde retrograde hold. Affects vessel science return 100% and part science return 100%. This is actually really quite confusing, and I have absolutely no idea what this even really means. So, yeah, I'm just gonna hope that it's not too complicated for me to understand, and I will upgrade the launch pad. I keep left clicking on it. I will upgrade this before I end the episode. But look at that. It's now, what is it, fully upgraded? Just kind of upgraded? No, it's not even fully upgraded. Yes, we're missing, what, a tower? Just kind of missing the rest of the pavement. Yeah, we're missing the water tower thing, which looks pretty cool. This, yep, gives us unlimited, which is pretty awesome, but I have nowhere near the amount of credits needed for that. What else is really cheap? Probably the administration building. Yeah, it's quite cheap. Don't really have a need for that right now. Mission contract thing is also quite of a low upgrade, and I think that's quite a bit. Research science limit's 100, so we can't actually perform that many large scientific missions. So yes, that is the third episode of Kerbal Space Program. I hope that you guys had a fantastic time talking about whatever the heck we did, because it got a little bit off topic at times, and I hope that you like seeing Jebediah finally get into an orbit around the planet. And there's a Nimbus, the moon. The moon is usually pretty big in the Kerbal sky. I thought, I'm gonna say I have no idea. So yeah, if you like this episode, please do not forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time.